Going to the tag team tournament, which started with DIY versus the Creed brothers. And on my notes, I'm sure you could agree. I'm not saying that I felt this way, but I can understand why people did. But I would say that this was, first of all, incredible match. Like, I mean, there were so many near
This
falls. There, this match was insane, but you kind of knew that it was going to. Like, when you
we
saw
did
that there,
say it. We
yeah,
did say
you
it.
knew this
I
was going to
forget.
be a banger and probably the best one out of all of the matches. So I wasn't like, oh my god, but
Yeah,
I think it was
shocked.
definitely emotional because
Oh yeah.
I felt like DIY was the ones that should have won, and I saw some people thinking that it should have been the Creeds and whatever, but I'm like, guys, the Creeds have so many years ahead of them to be put on a
As
Mania
not.
card.
Yeah.
DIY doesn't. So I thought that was really cool because you could tell right afterwards they were really excited and emotional, and I'm sure part of it is even more so that they're doing it together. It's not just, oh, we're going to WrestleMania, but it's like we're going to WrestleMania together as a tag team, like a dream that we've had. So I'm like, how can you get mad about that?
How can you get romantic about wrestling? You really, it's
Uh,
awesome. It really is. Like Johnny, the fact that this is going to be the first WrestleMania Gargano and Ciampa are on boggles my mind. It
I
feels like
yeah.
they were on like a battle royal or like some like
Hmm.
pre-show match. I was like no, that they're and the thing is they're not even gonna get that treatment for their first. They're getting a tag team six-way, six-pack, whatever you want to friggin' call it, ladder match for the tag team titles. That's a big
Yeah.
match.
Yeah.
Some of
Well,
the most
and
historic moments in
I was
WrestleMania
gonna
history
say,
happened in a
yeah.
tag team ladder match.
And then they're being promoted as people talk, some people that are on the show for rivals, and they're talking about the history of the Dudleys, the Hardys, and Edge and Christian in those ladder matches and whatever. So I'm like, it's almost like they were telling us without telling us. Like, obviously
Oh
DIY
yeah.
is going to win. Um but yeah, I think this was great for both of them, and I think that the Creeds are going to be fine. Like, anyone having an issue with the Creeds not being on it, like, guys, they're going to be fine. They're so young, and clearly they can hang. They put on killer matches. Like, calm down. They'll probably be on the card next year.
Did you see the strength that those dudes? I'll refrain from being explicit.
Okay.
Those dudes had
Yes.
like some
But
of the stuff that they were what
I
what
have okay. So I hear Cole and McAfee like just going ham like the whole time, like, oh my god, look at that strength. Okay, to a certain extent, yeah, wow. But also, are we really going to pretend like Johnny Gargano being like a buck 50 is really hard for a guy that's like nearly 100 pounds bigger
no
than him
it's
to pick up?
I agree with that. That's not where I go woo. It's when he's doing like combination of things at once.
Okay.
I don't care what you're talking. Like that is just impressive that
Yeah.
you can do like an ankle lock and then even with one hand get him to at least halfway and then drop Champa, finish the power bomb and then go back like it's nothing. Like
Yeah.
that is phenomenal.
And I love that both teams had their moments. It wasn't just like, okay, well, DIY is winning, so they need to look good. It was like, no,
Yeah.
both teams had plenty of time, like moments where you thought they were going to win, or it was like, oh my god, I can't believe they just did that. So I thought that was cool because obviously that's going to be partly with DIY wanting to do that too, because they knew they were going to win, but it's like they wanted to make sure they put on a banger match so that they could showcase themselves to show
Mhm.
why they should be in that match, but also be like, okay, this is the next up and coming tag team that you guys need to pay attention to and look at how incredible they are. So I'm like, for all the people that are like, Creed brothers, it's like, calm down. They're fine. They're going to be fine.